When Ryan and Beth came to me with the idea to create a Paso-Doble video, I wanted a concept that pitted two strong characters against each other. Beth and Ryan are both very powerful performers, and I wanted to showcase that. I immediately thought of the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where you have that tension between a husband and wife who have secret identities as assassins. There are some very famous scenes in that movie, one of which is the dining room scene, where John Smith suspects his wife is a trained killer, but isn't sure, so he tests her reflexes by dropping a wine bottle, which she, of course, instinctively catches. That entire scene in the movie is about 5 minutes long, but we only had about 30 seconds of music, so we had to condense it. One of the many challenges of this video was the fact that Beth and Ryan weren't going to have any dialogue, so their acting and facial expressions had to be clear enough to convey the story, which I think they did beautifully. For the dining room set, we were actually in a warehouse space that happened to have a table in it. We had to be really careful with our angles as to not show too much of the warehouse or steel beams and concrete. It was supposed to look like a dining room in this couple's home, so everything was going to be pretty standard shooting, except the one pivotal moment where the wine bottle drops. While Beth is an elite dancer with some very quick reflexes and probably could have pulled this trick off with enough practice, we couldn't chance it because we had only one take with red wine spilling everywhere. Josh did several takes with me sitting on the floor catching the bottle and quickly snapping it back into Beth's hand. It took a few goes, and there were definitely some mishaps. But through the magic of editing, we were able to make it look like Beth actually caught the wine bottle in the video. There wasn't any magic involved with the wine spilling all over the white rug. We could only afford about 1 or 2 takes before the rug would be completely stained.
You're scaring me. I don't want to ruin it for everybody.
Needless to say, it was touch and go.
Was I recording?
We didn't get it.
But we finally got it.
That's it. It's not gonna come out. That's it.
Done. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the half bottle wouldn't have worked.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was really good.
Now it was time for the fight scene, which was done through the Paso-Doble dance. Beth and Ryan were troopers with less than ideal dance conditions, including a freezing, drafty warehouse, a fog machine working a bit too well, and a dusty, slippery concrete floor. Paso is a very physical dance, so despite already shooting for 6 hours, they needed a huge boost of energy to get through the several takes we needed. Finally, after about 2 hours and repeated takes, it was time for the very last shot of the day, which was the knife sticking into the wall.
Satisfied?
Not for years.
Once again, through the magic of editing, Josh was going to make it look like Ryan throws the knife into the wall. Now, we really couldn't throw a knife into the warehouse wall, so we constructed a special cork board that would allow the blade to go in easily. Josh needed to get the shot of the knife leaving Ryan's hand, then a close-up of it sticking into the board. Since none of us are knife-throwing experts, it took a few goes and a lot of courage from Josh to stand in the line of fire to get the shot. But in the end, it was all worth it. A total of about 9 hours on set, an untold amount of hours in editing. We're pretty happy with the final 2 minutes of our Mr. and Mrs. Smith de Paso. We hope you enjoy it.